Hello, my name is Anton,
And I'm Ibs.
and welcome to our channel where we speak about all things football. Today, we'll be focusing on Manchester United's 0-0 draw with Liverpool at Anfield. The first thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you think? What are your thoughts on today's result?
So overall, I would say the game was actually a good result for us. And yeah, still top of the league. What can I complain about? I didn't think this 10 games ago, but here we are, top of the league. City behind us, Liverpool behind us, everyone chasing us. So yeah, what about you?
I'm happy that we didn't lose, but I do feel like we could have taken the win away from Anfield there and ended their run at home. We are top of the league, but technically not, because City do have the game to hand, which can take them, I think, 2 points clear. So a win for me was vital today.
Let's go into our first topic. Let's start with the lineups. What did you think initially when you saw the teams?
It was expected. I was shocked, but not surprised. I do think Cavani should have started instead of Martial up front. And I'll always say this, Van der Beek is better than McTominay and Fred, either one of them. But we all know that Fred is Solskjaer's preferred double pivot in the midfield. I would have started Cavani over Martial because his movement as a striker is the best at the club. Against two makeshift centre-backs, and I think the second time they've only played as a pairing in Henderson and Fabinho, Cavani's world-class movement would have been very difficult for them to contain. And then with the substitutions that happened later in the game, which was Cavani for Martial, it would have been Martial for Cavani if it was Cavani starting. Martial's pace on the break and dribbling ability would have been hell on tired legs. So that's one thing I do think Solskjaer didn't get right.
When I said the actual lineup, I was not surprised, to be honest, Bailly on the bench. But I was surprised with the formation. I actually thought he would go 4-1-2-1-2. Pogba on the left side of the diamond, McTominay on the right and Fred in behind. And then we just play on the counter-attack with Marcus Rashford and Martial up front.
See,
I was surprised about that,
I can see why you think that. I don't think we've played the 4-1-2-1-2 enough to go to Anfield and do that. We did match them with the 4-2-3-1 on both sides, but I just think it was a team selection that let Ole down. I don't think Lindelof should have started. Bailly unfairly got dropped. But again, we didn't concede, they kept a clean sheet, so can we really complain about the defence there?
But why do you think Solskjaer is always playing Lindelof when Bailly's had a good game?
Because Lindelof and Maguire is his centre-back partnership. That's the first, after his first full transfer window of the summer when he bought Maguire, Lindelof and Maguire has been his staple at the back. Bailly is an injury-prone player, so in a way he's not trustworthy, because however good he is, you're never going to get a full season out of him. So I can see why Lindelof and Maguire is the go-to, but at the same time, whilst Bailly is fit, you need to play him. He has to partner Maguire at the back. Maguire is the club captain. I'm not his biggest fan, and I'll say that with my chest. I don't think he's that good, but whilst he's playing, you need someone with a bit of pace. Although Lindelof did amazing today, there are improvements. We're top of the league, but we could be further top. And that's what I think some people need to realise. We're doing well, but we could be doing better. We're not playing to our full potential, and that's because our full potential is sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, if you look at the big picture, we just drew 0-0 with the champions of Europe and the champions of the Premier League.
Well,
we actually have to be happy about that. From where we are, look at our team. Actually, we can't even say look at our team anymore. Our teams actually should be competing at that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kept a clean sheet today. As he said, Van der Beek maybe should have started today. Who knows what's happening with him? I actually think that he actually doesn't make it into the team. That's what I think personally. He doesn't. Like the system we play, he actually can't make it into the team.
Why do you think that? What about him stops him from breaking in?
Okay, so comparing him to Fred, McTominay, that's the only two positions he can take. He's not defensive, really. He's better defensive.
I think he's better defensively. He's got a bit of speed on him across the ground. He's faster than Fred, faster than McTominay. He's better defensively than both of them, and he's better.
No, I don't think like in terms of aerial threat, okay, McTominay beats him with that. In terms of distribution, okay, he beats Fred. McTominay, I don't know, because I haven't seen like Van der Beek's like long balls. I haven't seen him do that. He can't do a Pogba pass. I don't think he can make that pass.
Not many players can, but remember, he came through the ranks at Ajax, and if you're coming through the ranks at Ajax and are a main character in their team, your footwork, your ball work, retention skills are gonna be up there with the best.
Yeah, I think he is the best in the club with that. In terms of the first time passing and stuff like that, he is the best in the club.
Every match he's played for us, I think he's outperformed McFred, and I've rarely seen him take more than 2 touches on the ball, which is why I think in a game especially like this, when you don't have as much of the ball, which was evident today, McTominay, wayward passing, and Fred's misplaced passes, if that's Van der Beek, that doesn't happen. And that's why I think that he should be starting. He should be starting games, not just in the big games, not just in the small games, but every game. And hopefully what Solskjaer's saying is truthful. That is, is just adjusting to the Premier League. And then from next season, at the very latest next season, he does become a starter for Manchester United.
Yeah, so let's move on to getting onto the attack. So obviously, I don't think we didn't recreate too many chances today. Bruno, number 10. Everyone thinks that it should be him getting the golden assist. What do you think about his game today?
Not the best, but I don't want to say it because I think it's just an easy cop out for him. But he does deserve a bad game. But it's becoming too frequent. His bad games are in the big games against the best teams. He did have a chance to score. Those chances aren't as easy as they look, but he still should have put that in the back of the net. You can see that. I think you can see Solskjaer's game plan through Bruno Fernandes. As soon as you get the ball, look up, look for Rashford, look for whoever's up front, and just try and get it over the top, especially against these defenders. But he just didn't have the execution in his passes today, unfortunately.
I mean, like, in the big games, he hasn't turned up. That's what I think. City, 2-0 loss, nowhere to be found. Today, okay, we drew. Not a bad point. But I feel like for him to be the levels of Kevin De Bruyne, he actually needs to be doing... I mean, he is doing stuff in the game. But I mean, that clinical edge, he should be finishing that chance.
Yeah.
If that's our only chance of the game, he should be taking that.
Yeah.
In terms of some of his passes, wayward, that's a common thing. I mean, you can't strike him down for that because that's how he is. If you don't try the pass, then you're not going to make the pass. And yeah, I think Bruno just needs to, I don't even know. Ollie took him off for like 2 minutes for whatever reason, brought in Mason Greenwood. But
it's only substitutions.
It made no sense. Yeah. I don't understand that, but yeah.
I mean, it just shows. I think I'm not a manager, but it just shows that he's still a bit naive. I think because the pressure we were putting on Liverpool was increasing in the second half, I think that's why the substitutions were so delayed. However, I do think, regardless of how we're playing, if someone isn't having the best game without creating the chances, because Bruno Fernandes will have a bad game, but then he'll score just a pot shot or something if we're creating the chances, but we weren't creating the chances for him to be in this position. So I feel like he should have been taken off earlier for someone like Mason Greenwood, who, he would have. I think he would have been an improvement. I think maybe he should have even started. Because when you're playing in a game where you get so few chances, you want to have your best finishers or your best goal scorers on the pitch. So who goes back to team selection for me?
Well, yeah, then talking about goals, Rashford, he was caught offside 4 times first half. Second half, he came on the left-hand side and actually got the ball quite a bit more.
Yeah.
and then he was driving. I saw Cavani making the run, completely ignored Cavani, proceeded to go attack 3 Liverpool defenders, and then he just gets shielded out wide.
I
actually don't. That's why Cavani is brought on the pitch to make those runs, to make those intelligent runs. Yeah, he made the run and it freed up space for Rashford, but he should have played it in maybe just that second. I think that's the difference between Rashford. If he can like make those decisions, I think he would be world class. But right now, he's still learning the game, and
definitely.
Still like. But yeah, those are the chances. Those are the things that can win you games, win you these big games. Just those split decisions. That's quite.
One thing I can say in Russia's defense, although I agree with you, one thing I can say is they defended that almost perfectly. Trent's body positioning was, I think, 10 out of 10. He wasn't running with his face towards the goal. He was kind of jockeying. But if Rashford played it through to Cavani there, Trent's getting it, and that's just it. I don't think Rashford could have done anything different other than play it to Pogba, actually. He was on his right and just cutting behind him. But I do get what you mean about Rashford. There's a line that goes from very good to world class, and I think Rashford's just on that line. There's 2 things for me that I think he needs to improve on. His decision making in those type of situations and his intent, because when Rashford plays on the edge, when he gets the ball and just attacks defenders, that's when he's at his best. That's when he's just like Neymar-esque with the way he runs and the way he can beat a player. But sometimes I feel like he tries to not overcomplicate things, but when he just stops on the ball and tries to ping it or knuckleball it across the pitch, that's when I think that's not your game.
I feel like in the past few games, he hasn't been at his best, mainly because of the position we're playing him. He played right mid today again. Even though left wing is the preferred position. He actually can't beat a man on the right hand side.
Yeah,
he can't. So today, when he came to left side in the second half, I saw him. There was one chance where he was driving at Trent, and then we had Luke Shaw in the overlap, who I think had a great game. And then that's the chance when Bruno should have scored. But yeah, I think Luke Shaw and Rashford on that left wing is like the best position, like the best for them to work together.
I think as well, talking about Luke Shaw, let me ask you, who is your man of the match, first of all, because I definitely know who mine is.
I actually think Luke Shaw was man of the match.
I'm glad we agreed.
Luke Shaw,
he
was back to his best.
I think he's our best defender. As in, the times we have played against Liverpool in recent years, he has done very well against Salah, especially. I think there was one chance in the second half where Salah had he had the ball about 3 or 4 yards outside our penalty area on the right hand side, and he stopped, cut back, and passed it back. And that, for me, just shows that Luke Shaw has got inside of his head, and he's just like, I don't want to even attack this man because I'm probably not going to get past him. And I think that just goes to show how good Luke Shaw is, because Salah is one of the best wingers in the world. And I think it kind of like proves his doubters wrong a little bit, because every time he gets selected, he is our first choice left back. But every time he gets selected, he has his haters out there, the fat shamers or whatever's the this or whatever that. But he's amazing, I think.
Yeah, and it's not only that he was able to stop Salah. I think his actual reading of the game. I saw him he made so many interceptions. Sorry, and then he actually drove with the ball on his fouls high up in the pitch. He actually drove. Yeah, he was comfortable driving with the ball, and then he knew when to pass or when to make the cross. And I think that's something I feel like maybe Tellez. The signing of Tellez is actually improved Shaw, because he's had competition. I think before having Brandon Williams competing with you, like Brandon Williams, he's a good player, but having him to compete with Shaw, I feel like Shaw just took it lightheartedly. And yeah.
It's because Tellez is of the same quality of Luke Shaw, so it's obviously you're a professional footballer. So this is a Sunday league. It's not like, I'm going to have a rest today. You want to play every match. And having Tellez there, one of the best attacking fullbacks in Europe, has really improved and made Luke Shaw more consistent and more confident. because obviously he had that horrible injury against PSV. He's been making a lot more of those exact runs that he got injured from. Like, he's been doing that more often. You can see his confidence building, and it's not just like a momentary confidence. It's he believes in himself a lot more, and he's doing the things that earned him his move to Manchester United in the first place. We're beginning to see the Luke Shaw. We're beginning to see him not fulfill his potential because he's getting there, but we're just seeing him get better and better almost every game he plays for us. And you can always rely on him. He's one of the first names on the team sheet, and deservedly so. I'm very impressed with him. He's one of my favourite players at United for good reason.
Another player that has actually creeped up on the team sheet almost every game, the man himself, Pogba.
Yes.
Again, I feel like he actually had a good game.
He did.
Should have scored, should have won the game for us, but he's improving each game, and you can only be happy about that, to see the best from him.
I think since the West Ham game, when he scored that, 30 yards, 25 yards, he's been our best player. All of this talk about the transfer news and his move away from the club, it is disheartening, but we have him now, and I think Ollie knows that he's probably going to leave, so he's using him. He's accommodating for Paul Pogba. He's not going to take out McFred, so he's putting Paul Pogba on the left or right, which he was today, switching with Rashford and Martial when they're on the pitch. Because he knows he's probably our best player. I'd still say he's better than Bruno Fernandes. So he knows that he needs to use him because he is a game changer. He does when he gets pressed, closed down by three players. He knows he can stay composed and still pick a pass, still ping a 60-yard across the pitch when he has 3 or 4 guys closing him down. He can beat a man. Not many midfielders, central midfielders in the world can glide past a man like Paul Pogba does. And because he's so big and powerful as well, he just adds so much more to his game. He should have won it for us. He had complete control of that ball, half volley as well, but anywhere other than straight down Alisson's throat, and we would have taken 3 points from Anfield. That's the one thing that did annoy me about today's game with Paul Pogba.
So I'll say, like, overall, this game, the only thing that let us down was being clinical.
Yeah.
If we were clinical, we could have won the game 2-0, maybe 100%. Even 3-0. Because Liverpool, once they got to the final third, they actually didn't do anything. Maybe they had half chances, but no clear cut or full chances, which is something which was good. So we didn't allow them to have those chances. And yeah, we held it. Like, the defense was good. Like, in the low block, the defense was really good, I think, today.
I think I'll say the only meaningful save that De Gea made was from Thiago's shot from outside the area,
which he exaggerated a lot.
It was a save. It was a save for the cameras, which does, I think, go to testament to our defense. They did play very well today. They were first to almost everything. We didn't. The only thing that had the heart in my mouth was when Wan-Bissaka lunged in on Mane, and I think the only reason Mane didn't go down, I just don't think he knew that he lunged in because it was from behind. He might not have even seen his foot there. If he did that from the side, Mane's definitely leaving the leg hanging and going down, and Liverpool get a penalty. So that was the only shaky moment, but I think we played very well defensively today. So
who do you think the point was better for, Liverpool or us?
It's better for Manchester United, but at the same time, it's not a good point for anybody because Manchester City are playing today as well. So, and they have 2 games in hand.
Yeah, they'll go 2 points clear, which I think they'll go 2 points clear. They'll definitely beat both of their teams they're playing.
They should do, but the season's a little bit different. So, regardless of what they do, our next 2 games are winnable games, Fulham, Sheffield United. So, we just need to make sure that we take the confidence that we gain from this game into our next 2 fixtures to really reinforce our intent at the top of the league, because a lot of people are talking about, they're going to fade away by mid-February, they're going to be 4th or 5th, back to where they should be. But I think that performance today, I know we got dominated in possession, but every team, apart from probably Man City, gets dominated on the ball at Anfield. We are improving a lot. Like, and I'm happy where we are, but I really do think we should have won that game.
Yeah, I mean, looking on to the next game, as you said, we've got Fulham next. We should get the 3 points there. But as you said, nothing's guaranteed. They only just lost 1-0 to Chelsea yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we actually have Liverpool again next week, FA Cup. What do you think Ollie should do in the next 2 games?
I don't know where Ollie's head is at in terms of what trophy he's going for. Because although every manager will be like, yeah, we want to win everything, there will be priorities. I don't know if Ollie thinks that challenging for the Premier League legitimately is something he can sustain, because we still have the Europa League to think about and we still have the FA Cup. So I think his team selection against Liverpool in the FA Cup will tell us what competition he wants to win the most. If he goes with the same sort of lineup, probably take out one of the midfielders for Van der Beek or Bailly, then I can tell that he's probably more focused on just getting a trophy to win the FA Cup this season. But if he goes for a Dan James, if he starts Matic next to Van der Beek, then he's probably thinking, yeah, we're in a genuine title challenge, and I actually think we can win this year. So I'm waiting for that lineup to see where his head's at, just to really know what I should expect from the rest of this season.
Yeah, I just want to see Van der Beek play. I think against Fulham, I think he should play.
He probably will.
He should play, but then again, as I said, I don't think Van der Beek makes it into the team with Pogba there and Bruno. With Pogba and Bruno in the team, I don't think Van der Beek fits in. But I want to see him play. I want to see Ollie find the method to play all of them, because if you want to win a league, you have to pay your best players. So
yeah, it's tough. The same way Mata plays off the right, I think you can prevent a big there, because he's, again, said it before, Twitter, conversations even on here, he behind Pogba and Fernandes is our best midfielder. So I just can't see how he doesn't fit into this team. Because if he got played and he played week in, week out, the same way Fred needed 10 games in a row, regardless of whether he had a dodgy game, you play the next game. That's what Van der Beek needs, and he will be able to prove to everyone that he is more than good enough to start for us. One thing I do want to get your opinion on is Martial. Is he on fraud watch for you? Because he's on fraud watch for me, and he's been on fraud watch for a couple of weeks now.
You know, with Martial today, I saw like him back to his best, almost back to his best. He was running up the players, on the left wing. I think that's his favourite position. Playing him up front, nah, that doesn't work. But left wing, I saw him like he went past like 3 or 4 players in their own half, and then was driving, but then got dispossessed. That little nutmeg
on Trent, innit?
Yeah. But
nice.
Then he got dispossessed. But yeah, he's back. That's what he likes to do. I can't see him playing up front. Cavani should be up front, but then Rashford can't play on the right. But I think I prefer to have Martial left, because that is his favourite position.
That's why we need to invest in the right winger. That's why, remember, we got Diallo, who I think he might be involved against Liverpool in the FA Cup, because Solskjaer said he wants to get him involved as quickly as possible, just not today. So we do have we have a right winger now, but whether he's up to it right now we'll be able to find out very soon. So we might see something where Martial and Rashford fight it out for that left wing position, because in all honesty, I'd start Cavani every match up front.
Well, yeah, I think that rounds out the episode. Liverpool 0, Man United 0. Man United top of the league.
37 points.
37 points. See this? I don't know if you can see it. We're coming for the title.
You can see this.
We're in the title race. Man City behind us. Liverpool behind us. Who would have thought it this time last year? But yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah,
even 5 weeks ago, who would have thought this?
You just can't write us off. You actually can't write us off this year. The league is so open this year. But yeah, as you said, Man City win their 2 games in hand. They're 2 points clear. So anything can happen. We start to play Liverpool again.
Yeah.
We drew to City as well, 0-0 in the Premier League. So I guess those two games, when they come back round for the second game, will be very crucial. I think those will be the actual test, those two games.
Yeah.
Would you say Leicester still in the race?
Nope. I honestly, not threatened by Leicester. I don't see them as a threat. And I know that might be a bit rich coming from us since they've done better than us recently, but I just don't see them mounting a sustainable challenge for, especially the league. I don't think they have the quality and depth. And they don't. Dark horse. Because they have Mourinho as manager. I know he didn't do brilliant with us, but it's Mourinho. He knows how to win everything. He's won everything. So never rule them out. Plus, they do have the deadliest duo in the world at the moment in Son and Kane. So anything can happen.
Well, yeah. It's been good. This week, a good discussion, Anton.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was Liverpool 0, Man United 0, top of the league. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Was it 2 points drop for Liverpool? Or was it a good point for Man U? Let us know. We'll be back on Wednesday. This is our first video, so you might see the nerves. You might feel the nerves. This is going to go away. It's going to go away soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, next game, Fulham, Wednesday. See us in the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.